Hello, hello, yes it is I, the conspicuous moo. And, don't you just love a Wednesday? Everything resets, you go to the vault and you said, oh, is LFR open? All of these exciting things. Well, have been a few monk things going on from last week going into this week, so I think it's probably best to get cracking and cover it all. First of all, let's go over the truly ginormous monk changes from the last week. Basically, there was one. Touch of Death will now reset its cooldown at the end of boss encounters. Now, this is in line with a whole bunch of other classes and even some trinkets that have now had this characteristic added to it. It's a good change for us. It's going to be more DPS. We're just going to start TODing the trash instead. So yeah, that's it. That's all the major changes for monks this week. Now your world boss this week is Tourgas Muck formed. It's got to be my favourite name of the four. In the northwestern corner of Revendreth, dropping eye level 207 gear. The Muck formed Chain Choker, which is the one that I wanted. Did it drop for me? Did it bollocks? And Tourgas's Belt of Many Sinstones. So this dropped for another guildie as well, about the same time, and I'm not at all bitter. But I did actually get the Covenant Conduit. My one was eye level 200, Way of the Fae. Very, very useful. And you should also have a calling for going up to Revendreth. Now there is a mega world quest up there, which rewards 250 anima, which will be very useful as well for just knocking out that 1,000 anima a week thing that we all have to do these days. Talking of Covenant related excitement, only 2 renown is going to be awarded per week from now on. We had 3 during the campaign, but now the campaign's finished. It's just the 2. Those of you who've chosen Night Fae or Venthea will have one of their soulbinds has been granted an additional conduit as long as you've been keeping up with these things. So Nia for the Night Fae and Nadja for the Venthea will be able to unlock a new conduit slot. So it was rather fortunate that I got an eye level 200 Way of the Fae conduit, stuck it right into Nia. That's my brewmaster soulbind. I'm very, very happy with that. It's gone up from 10 to 15 the souls that you can go into the more and release. This is just basically currency for upgrades, so if upgrades is really your thing, then by all means do it. It doesn't really take that long. If you just really go around in a circle around Zerval's Cauldron, you can pretty much clean it up in no time at all. And for those of you who are wanting a Twisting Corridors update, yes, it is still rubbish, and no, I'm still not going to do it. Moving on to Tourgas this week, Tourgas Halls, which is one of my favourite ones actually. The torment in particular here is just don't AFK in the middle of a floor, because the dogs will get you. Do you like dogs? They'll get you if you AFK. They will just appear, and they get slightly stronger as you go up in floors. Mortgar is not one of my favourites. The torment is increasing magic damage per floor. Lots of mean black things, dropping black things in the ground with blackness. Lots of portals, that sort of thing. Like I say, not a personal favourite, but these days it doesn't take very long to get through, because presumably you've gone all the way through from floors 1 to 8, and you're just doing 8 these days, collecting all your soul ash and saying thank you so much. There have been no changes to anima powers, so the recommended, personally for me, brewmaster. Tanks just have it too easy in Tourgas, so I would go brewmaster, but all 3 specs work. Pick up as much corrosive dosage as you possibly can and spam Vivify in front of your enemies, watch them drop dead and pick up your rewards. Now the reason you might be interested in doing a bit of Soul Ash collecting is because LFR Wing 3 is open. This is Shriekwing, Sludgefist and Stone Legion Generals, and it is particularly important for monks this week because if you haven't got that far into the raid yet, Sludgefist is the one that drops the Memory of the Morning's tier. Now that is the best in slot Lego, goes on the head for mistweavers, and the Stone Legion Generals drop the Memory of the Invoker, which is best in slot for windwalkers. So I've already been through today in my little LFR run and picked up both of these because we're still progressing on Sludgefist, so we hadn't got to this point yet. I do have some stories from that LFR. I was in tears, the tank was so bad. Maybe I'll tell you some other time, but yeah, for now all you need to know is that the wing is open, and if you need those Legos, they are there for the taking. I just wanted to close off by doing the just some trending ideas about how monks are being perceived at the moment and their representation. So brewmasters in raids at the moment not as highly represented as they were before because stagger isn't as strong, and a lot of other tanks have been brought up. So one of the other major reasons why we're not seeing as many brewmasters is because the monk class just sort of shares all of its bonuses together, including Mystic Touch, and at the moment Windwalker is doing very, very nicely for itself, thank you very much. It's doing decent DPS in raids, it's doing decent DPS in Mythic Plus. so they are able to bring it all, plus some very substantial damage, and you can always just get another tank then. Like I said, strong Mythic Plus, and judging by the PvP forums, we are also rather annoying in PvP, so it is a good time to be a windwalker. I'm going to windwalk tonight in the raid with my fresh new Invokers Lego. We'll see how that goes. I'm definitely not the best one, and I'm definitely not pulling the numbers that everyone else is. And unfortunately, mistweavers are still at the bottom of the pack. You know, in terms of mythic passes at the moment, I think they're between 2 and 3% in total for most of the bosses, so they are very, very much not represented. And you know, part of that is going to be Mystic Touch, and part of it is going to be just the general utility that they don't bring. So that's it for this one. It was very, very quick. I just wanted to get all of this information out. The only other thing really is the Mythic Plus affixes this week. You know, you've got your normal, but we do have another dose of Spiteful. Yeah, that guy. So just, you know, because we're a melee, DPS, or tank, and we're usually pretty close if we're healing as well, especially if you're fist-weaving. Just, you know, as soon as something goes down, keep an eye out for the fixates. We've got plenty of tools to get away, we just have to pay attention. Because it's really not a very melee-friendly affix, and it's going to be a difficult week for me, and I imagine for many other monks. Right, well, I've got to get off to raid and try and impress people. It's probably not going to happen, but you know, I've got a new interface and I'm trying it out, and I've ditched weak wars. I'm going to tell me when. Well, not totally ditched weak wars, but it's mostly tell me when now, and it's my own design, and it's sort of like, let's see how this works. So I'll let you know what my I won't let you know what my passes are, but I'll let you know how I went anyway. Anyway, I will catch up with you all later, but until then, I am the Conspicuous Moo. Have a very good evening too.